Hello and welcome back to Tywin Lannister. So, I have now had a chance to read the first episode's comments, and there were some interesting ideas about where we should go next. So, Tywin, as we know, has a couple of things about him. He's really into the family legacy kind of idea. He wants there to be he wants members of the family not to be a disgrace, that sort of thing. He wants there to be a legacy that goes on after him. He wants Tyrion not to inherit Castle Rock. Things like that are things that Tywin quite likes. He also likes the respect and power and that sort of stuff, and he's definitely got a lot of that as the Westlands. He likes having the money from a perspective of being able to buy what he wants, kind of like buy into different positions, which is definitely an option. We could maybe do something like that. But he's already Hand of the King. The only position higher than like Lord Paramount and Hand of the King is literally the King. So, I mean, he could try and get rid of Robert. And I think he would try and get rid of Robert anyway, because as we know, Stannis is now our son-in-law. So that could be an option. That could definitely be an option for continuing the legacy, is getting Stannis onto the throne, which then gets Cersei onto the throne. And we would probably also want to have, while we're at it, we would want to have Tyrion gone by that time, because if we have a look at the succession law here, it goes Tyrion, then Cersei. So that would be a really good... Cersei would isn't Tywin's first choice. He would obviously like Jaime to be in charge. As we know, Jaime doesn't really want to leave the Kingsguard. He's kind of okay with the situation there. Also, I wouldn't really put Jaime as Chase, personally. But anyway, maybe he is at this point. Seems unlikely though. Anyway, we would... I lost my train of thought. Yes, we can't get Jaime out of the Kingsguard. There's no way to do it. There are some events that happen in this war where we could have done it. Where if we had taken the throne, we could have gotten Jaime out. If Aerys had killed, if Jaime had killed Aerys here, we could have gotten him out. But I think it's kind of lost its opportunity. There is always the chance of each new succession, like if there's a war for kind of person to be in charge, they could make Jaime not in the Kingsguard, which would be an option. If we were to declare against the throne, there's a chance they just remove Jaime, but there's also a chance they just kill Jaime. So. And I don't think that we would act necessarily against the throne directly, given that we are his hand. So it's not like we have any particular... Like, we don't have a strong dislike of Robert. My opinion isn't that bad of him. It's a little bit bad, but it's not that bad. He's, he is a Lord Paramount, so... Or he was a Lord Paramount before Renly was, so... there's some options there. So what I think we want to do is we want to kind of remove Robert. We don't want to do anything directly acting against him. We want to just kind of sneakily do it, because that way Stannis gets in charge. We probably want to try and remove Tyrion, but we're probably not going to try and kill him. So if we're not going to kill him, our options basically go down to disinheriting. That's the only option, and the best way to disinherit him would be to request his excommunication, where we would have to have 50 piety, which we're almost there, and religious authority must be 70%. So maybe some religious wars might be a good idea, because that would then allow us to remove Tyrion from control. Anything else we might want to do for him? We could move him off to a mercenary company, but that doesn't really give us anything. Force him to train. Maybe he does not have to train dwarf stops. I was just saying maybe that something bad would happen to him accidentally. Propose a foreign tour, probably not the kind of thing we'd go for. We could investigate his legitimacy, but that's going to look bad from our side of things, because that would look bad for our wife, who I believe that we have kind of proof in the books that Tywin did quite like his wife. It wasn't just a marriage of convenience. So yeah, excommunications really are one option here. So yeah, maybe some religious stuff. I don't entirely know where we want to go there. Anyway. So how are we going to get rid of Robert? What could we do to get rid of Robert? Well, is there anybody in the realm who doesn't like Robert, who's quite powerful? John Aaron, that's the opinion of me. I want opinion of Liege. Okay, so he likes Robert. You don't like Robert very much. Mace doesn't like Robert. Robb Stark does not like Robert very much. Maybe we could plant some seeds of rebellion up there. The Greyjoys don't like him. Tully's are alright. Dorne doesn't like him. Maybe something we could do there. I forget where our marriage ties are. I'm going to check in a second. Stannis actually doesn't like Robert either. Maybe what we want to do is we want to send some, like, we want to kind of sow dissent in Stannis's camp. So between the nobles and their leash, maybe we just want to sow dissent in general in King's Landing. Then anyone who's on the council would have a bit of dissent. So who is on Robert's council? Robert's council is Jon Arryn, who we're not going to be able to do anything with. Ourselves, there aren't actually that many other Lord Paramounts in here. In fact, there aren't any other Lord Paramounts in here. Maybe we just want to sow dissent anyway, try and get some rebellions going, maybe. Yeah. Let's do that. Right. We want to be training troops, that's fine. Actually, we don't need to be training troops. We could train children, although the only child to train is Tyrion, so I guess train troops is kind of our best option still. Collect taxes. Maybe build a spy network in King's Landing. Maybe see what we could do there. Instead of scheming in our own place, try and find out some more stuff going on over there. Neither of these really work. What have we got here? Improve. Well, we're pacifying province. That's not really what we want to do anymore. We probably want to either oversee or improve holding. Let's just oversee the province. There we go. Right. And I think we're going to let time move on a little bit. Let some more events happen. We're still unmarried, but we have the widow trait, and it's going to stay there for a while. Maybe we'll just use that directly as a notice for when we've gone over our wife's death, and it may never go away, but that's fine. My lord, for some time now, I've been an employee of Lord Dammon, but I seek a better station. Jonah, okay, so you'd like to join us. You are chaste, you're honourable, you're zealous, and you're ambitious. Do we want to pay the money for him? I mean, he'll dislike us a little bit if we do. Our opinion of him is pretty high, actually. Do we need him? I mean, we could use a better Justicar, but currently we have people who are actually in proper positions. He's not a good fighter. You know what? We don't need you. We have enough people who can fill your positions well enough. Lord Rickard of Carhold has declared Lord Rickard of Carhold's war for the north. So that's 2.9k troops versus 15,000. So presumably he has some more people joining. The Dreadfort also joined, so Roose Bolton with 6,000. And then Lord Brun Umber with 3,000. So that's a reasonably... Oh, and the Rills joined as well with another 2,000. So that's quite a big revolt up in the north. How many men does he have now? Still 15,000. Okay. So, I'm also going to change the map mode a little bit as well, because I noticed all of those ones were split up. There we go. It's a minor difference, but now only this realm split up. Just waiting for opportunities. What level of education would you like to purchase for Tyrion? Well, I believe that we would have purchased the best equipment possible. That's just generally, like... I believe Tyrion didn't have a bad education. One child lacks childhood focus. Tyrion Lannister. Where are we going with them? Probably diplomatic would be a good idea. I don't think stewardships really work. I think diplomatic kind of fits where we're going here. Diplomacy and statesmanship. He does do a lot of bookkeeping and administration, but I think diplomatic's a little bit closer. Maybe even intrigue. Wait, he doesn't act in the shadows. Probably diplomatic. We'll go for that. Two children lack childhood focuses. So we have the son of Daemon and Sher Crackhall, who is vaguely related to us, and then the son of Kevin. Okay, Lancel. Well, he seems to be kind of into this diplomacy, so maybe something like etiquette. And then we have Lucian, who is into stewardship, so maybe like duty. I don't know. Maybe thrift, but we'll go for duty. There we go, that's fine. We have a lot of people we can imprison. No real reason to imprison them. Okay, let's keep going. Just want to see what else is going to happen. Yeah, we can still hold that tourney, but we don't really want to. I'm kind of expecting somebody to like raise the flag in rebellion soon. Increased council power could be something we want to push for. We could definitely put ourselves in that faction. I mean, we are in the council. That could definitely be a way we want to go. We'll just add ourselves to that. Council power is something that we might quite like. If we get some more powers in the realm, we can maybe do some cool stuff. Is there any way that we can push for anything here? Like weak in the Kingdom of the Iron Throne? I forget how you actually do these things. Like, is there any way that... Okay, council is not allowed to initiate voting for this type of law. I forget how... I've never really played under someone else as a council member and actually done anything useful, so we'll see. My cynical comments have made people look... okay, my cynical comments have made people look at things my way. I've created more cynics. Ah, okay. We get some prestige. The faction started by Lord Mathis is gaining much support, but now seems support for his leadership of it is waning. At meetings, your fellow nobles do not give him due deference. As a more powerful member, you're starting to take the lead. My leadership will be better. For 10 days, you'll have exclusive ability to restart the faction, upon which all former members will rejoin. Okay. So if we start the faction for increased council power, all other members will join. That didn't seem to work. Do I have to leave this one, then increase council power? This doesn't seem to work. It's a cool idea, but I don't think it actually works. Yeah, we'll just join that faction again. That's fine. My leave since I arrived in Castle Rock, there's never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troops stationed there. Under our guidance, they believe fame and fortune awaits them. Ah, good. We get some more levy reinforcement. Not that we actually used any of our levy, but that's fine. Actually, Castamere has been looted, so it doesn't have any levy at all. Maybe we should send someone to go and reinforce, reinforce over there. Although Castle Rock has a lot of men in it, so having the extra percentage helps. If we were to actually go to war, not that we are going to go to war, because it looks like we're never actually going to, this faction isn't going to fire. We could start a different faction if we wanted to. Depose King Robert could be something we want to do. Definitely. Lower Crown Authority as well could be good. We can't push Stannis for the Iron Throne, so it would have to be Depose Robert. I mean, we could start a faction. You know, we'll just be in this faction instead. We'll be in both. We'll be in the Depose King Robert faction. It's a little bit more open than I'd want to be, but I think it's gonna have to be where we go with it. There's not so many ways to be subtle here. What we want to do is we want to make people dislike Robert and therefore join our faction. We could get some favors. Let's see if anyone's got any favors they're willing to buy out. Like Dorne, potentially. How much are favors from you? 400. Is it the same for everyone? Can't buy any friendly. Mace Tyrell. Favors are 400. But alliances are cheaper than favors. I think it is 400 for all of them, but I'm just going to check other people. It does seem to be 400 for all of them. Okay. Who do we have potential alliances with? We have one that we can make with our uncle in Ashmark. Can we make an alliance with them? Form alliance. Not any liege or vassal. Alright. Stannis, could we make an alliance with? We could make an alliance with Stannis. So Stannis would actually be a proper ally. I think we'll take that. That'd be good. So we don't even need to bring him in the faction. He'll just naturally be there. Swifts are underneath us, I think. Freys, we can't actually make an alliance because you have no land. Yeah, the rest of them don't have land, so that's fine. We'll get our alliance with Stannis. Dear father-in-law, may you live in harmony and contentment. I, Lord Stannis of the Stormlands, accept your proposal for an alliance. Yeah, he's definitely... I like it says of the Stormlands there, it says of Dragonstone. That's not quite right. Maybe it's just how Stannis likes to put his letters, but we can see how he actually is. Oh well, I guess we're no longer widowed. As time slips by, I feel old wounds healing. I can look back now on the cherished memories and not be absorbed by the painful ones. Well, I think that's a sign that perhaps we're able to remarry. Maybe we'll separate from Tywin in the books and show on this front. So we're looking for these kind of places, and we're looking for anyone who we might want to marry. We don't necessarily need children, although that would be a potentially good option. Actually, even better idea. We'll just use the character finder. Search all. So what we're looking for is we're looking for a woman who is not married. We don't really care if they're a ruler. Ruler's not necessarily bad. They have to be part of a great house. They also have to be my religion group, my culture group, I think. Highest ranking. So you got a Lady of Ocean Road. Let's check Dynasty as well, actually. That would be probably better. Blackwoods, Blunts, Borels, Brackens, Brooms, Butterwells, Karens. There's some Cleganes. Oh, we're mainly looking to see if there's anybody powerful who's on this list. Oh, a whole bunch of Fossaways. Some more Freys. We could potentially marry into the Freys. That's not necessarily a bad idea. There's a lot of power there. The north looks incredibly fractured, so if we want to do anything, this might be the time. Anybody else popping up here? I don't see anybody amazing. Lannisters? Nope. That doesn't seem like a good idea. The Malisters, perhaps? Okay. I'm just seeing who's available. We got Peaks, we got Presters. We got some Rowans, some Roxtons, some Royces. Nobody really big has any good alliances. Tarth. We can marry Brienne of Tarth, definitely. If we want to go weird. Tyrells. There are a couple of Tyrells. Olayne is probably the closest one to marriage, but she isn't actually connected to... yeah, she isn't connected to the main line, so that wouldn't work. Vances, Wagstaffs, Elshires. Okay, so they weren't that the options weren't that great. We had some Tyrells, but not many. Now just doing a little bit of a manual search of these guys. We already have Stannis in here. Let's look in his realm and see if there's anybody. Let's look for powerful ones, and we kind of saw the names we already had there. I don't think I recognized any of those names from the Vale, so I'll leave the Vale there. Mace. What we got here? Isn't it Hightower? Didn't see that. Red Wines, Merryweathers, Meadows. Nope. We did see Fossaway. Fossaway is definitely an option. They only have 2% of their liege's strength, though. Or is that 2% of Robert's strength? Probably 2% of Robert's strength. So that's not great. Although I don't think we're going to find anyone with much higher. We don't need to look at ourselves, as everyone under ourselves should join. The Wents. Did they have anyone? They had one child. Dana Went. She could definitely work. They have 6,000 troops. Where exactly do they control? They hold Harrenhal. That could work. That could definitely work. Harrenhal's not that bad an option. It's quite nearby the Iron Throne, like it's in here somewhere. Let me remove this. I think we're going to marry a Went, but I just want to see exactly where Harrenhal is. There it is, Harrenhal. So yeah, that's reasonably close if we were to go to war. Let's arrange a marriage with Dana Went. So, we would like to marry Dana, which would result in a non-aggression pact. They would say yes. Cool. That seems like a reasonable marriage. It's gaining much support now, but now it seems support for his leadership is waning. At meetings, your fellow nobles are not given due deference, as more powerful members are starting to take lead. For 10 days, you'll have exclusive ability to restart the faction. Is this like an important decision? Oh, we can demand his abdication. Does this mean we're in charge of the fact? Oh, that's for deposed King Robert. Yeah, I'm not sure how we do this. I think we just ignore that event from now on. It didn't seem to work last time. We've now married Dana Went. Okay, we didn't really look at her. She's attractive, cynical, craven, envious, and paranoid. But she has a powerful alliance. Okay. Cool, that might give us more children that we can perhaps replace Tyrion with. And we got some more people we could imprison. You're just trying to replace people in the council. Not that big a deal. Okay. Nobody's joining our deposed King Robert faction. We don't really have the money to force anyone in. Oh, you're currently incapable. So that explains why the Greyjoys aren't currently joining. It looks like Baelin's going to take over, and he might join our faction, which would be good. I I'm trying to think of these factions as less of a of an open group and more of a just a general feeling across the across the realm. It's just we would join this faction, like we would do this if it exists as an actual thing to do, rather than like we haven't presented anything, we haven't openly said anything too much. It's just like we're just having casual chats right now, basically. Which I think works a little bit better from an RP side of things. Anyway, nothing else we want to do here, so I think we'll just end the episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.